Yo, what up, everybody? It's your boy Fitzmonk TV here, aka G133, and I'm back with another video on the channel for y'all today. And tonight, I am here with your WWE Fastlane 2019 review and results. All right, the show just ended a couple minutes ago, and to be honest with you, I don't really want to spend too much time talking about this show because I came into it with low expectations, and my expectations were pretty much correct. This was pretty much a boring almost 5 hours, but 4.5 hour show. All right, there was a lot of matches. There was a couple matches added, in the pre-show. I think there was like 2 matches added, which we'll discuss. But overall, the show was pretty boring. All right, and this is advertised as the last stop before WrestleMania 35, as we are now 4 weeks away from WrestleMania 35. And to be honest, this doesn't get me hyped for WrestleMania at all. So WrestleMania is what it is. Yeah, we're all gonna watch WrestleMania just for WrestleMania being the extravaganza that it is. But to be honest, I am not excited for WrestleMania. I sat here, I watched the show with my cousin. He was going to do the review with me, but he decided not to, and I don't blame him. Because this show was pretty boring. The only reason why I'm doing a review is because I owe it to you guys. Since I cover wrestling on this channel. But it was a boring show, to say the least. The best part of the show, and me and my cousin Luke agreed that the best part of this show was Randy Orton RKOing Elias out of nowhere. How many times have we seen Randy Orton RKO anybody? He did that tonight, and I loved it like usual. And basically right after that, AJ Styles hits a phenomenal forearm out of nowhere on Randy Orton. I love that. We all know that's going to be leading to AJ Styles versus Randy Orton at Mania, which most likely will probably send AJ Styles to Monday Night Raw. That'll be Styles' last match as a SmackDown superstar, because there's nothing else really for Styles to do on SmackDown. So, I can't wait for that. That's a dream match. We've had that match. I think we had that match happen once, but still, that Orton versus Styles, that's a title match, to be honest with you. But I can see Styles versus Orton opening the show at Mania. There's gonna be a lot of matches at Mania anyway. It's probably gonna be over 5 hours, so you gotta get ready for that. But still, really, that was the best part of the show. The Styles and Orton, the 1 minute segment that they had. All right. I can't wait to see where they're going with this feud, but overall, this show was really, really boring. All right. There were a couple of high notes, but other than that, this show was disappointing. But, the show did start off with a bang. All right. We had the SmackDown Tag Team Championship match between The Miz and Shane McMahon going up against the Usos. Right, this was a really good match. In my opinion, tonight's match between the Usos and Shane and The Miz was better than the match they had at Elimination Chamber a couple weeks ago. Right, I really enjoyed this match. One of the things this was built around is Miz wanted to make up for the mistake he made at Elimination Chamber. He wanted to make it up to himself. He wanted to make it up to his dad, who was ringside. George, who has the same name as me. He wanted to make it up to Shane, who was in the corner. And basically that's the way. He was in Cleveland, Ohio tonight, which was Miz's hometown. And Miz got a huge pop. The fans really wanted to see Miz win for the fact this was his hometown. And basically it made the Usos look like the heels, even though the Usos are probably the most popular tag team in the entire company. The Usos were the heels tonight, but the match was really good. I enjoyed it. There was a lot of action. It was pretty fast paced, and the way the match ended is Shane McMahon hit a coast to coast. Oh no. Shane and I believe Jey Uso. All right, they were both on top of the ropes on opposite sides of the ring, and Miz was down, and the other Jimmy Uso was down. Shane was gonna hit the coast to coast on Jimmy, and Jay was gonna go hit the splash on Miz. All right, but they were both on top of the. They were at the top rope at the same time, and basically they both went for splat. When they both went for their moves, they collided into one another. It looked kind of nasty, but it looked like both are okay. And then what happens is Miz then gets the advantage over, I believe it was Jimmy Uso, and basically he goes to the top rope himself. And George, Miz's father, at ringside is telling Miz do a move from the top rope, and Miz is listening to his dad. The crowd is edging Miz on, and he goes for it, and basically he misses it, and that allows Jimmy to roll Miz up and get the pin. 1, 2, 3. The Usos retained the tag team championships. All right. But basically that was the end. The craziest part and probably the craziest moment of the entire night happened afterwards. All right. First off, I'm glad the Usos retain. They're gonna be walking to WrestleMania as tag team champions, like they should be. The second, year in a row, they'll be walking in as tag team champions. I don't know who you're gonna have them face. I'm willing to bet it's gonna be another multi-person match. Probably it's gonna be the Usos against maybe the Hardys, and then the Bar, and potentially the New Day, or Shinsuke and Rusev. Is probably going to be like a fatal 4-way or a fatal 5-way tag team match, to be honest. I would love for it to be a 1-on-1, but I know WWE, they do this every year. Right? They're probably going to be a multi-man tag team match, at WrestleMania. I would, my dream match, and I've said this multiple times, is it would be to have to have the Usos go up against the Undisputed Era. But, Undisputed Era, they're not going to get called up yet. They're probably not going to get called up until after Mania, with the Superstar Shakeup. But what happened after the match? So Miz is disappointed, of course. He's disappointed that he couldn't get the job done. But Shane, is, encouraging him. And the crowd is chanting, Miz is awesome, all this other stuff. Then they go over to Miz's dad, and Miz is, high-fiving his father, all this. It's okay. They're lifting Miz is lifting his father's arm, up, and all this other stuff. And then as Miz is walking away, at first I thought Miz was going to turn heel on Shane. That's the predictable route. Well, WWE does something unpredictable. And Lukener, my cousin, was watching. Him and saying Shane's going to turn heel. All right, I was like, I'll believe it when I see it, because it would be easy for WWE to turn Miz heel, since Miz has been heel almost his entire career, really. And still, it's just, I'm so used to Miz being healed that it's just weird seeing him as a babyface. But Shane attacks Miz, hits him with a devastating clothesline to the back of the head, and then he just starts beating the crap out of Miz. Punches to the head, punches onto the body. Then he goes over to Miz's father while Miz is down. He grabs Miz's dad by the face and saying, "See that? See your son?" And he just throws him down, all right, into his chair. And he goes back to beat the crap out of the Miz. He puts the Miz in like a weird, I'm not going to say triangle. It was like a submission move, and he's making his dad watch. His dad, is trying to get over the barricade, but, security's not letting him. He can't get involved, all this. And then Shane stops the attack. The crowd is absolutely booing the hell out of, Shane. And I loved it. I absolutely loved this, all right? This was one of the best moments of the night. Then Shane leaves, and the crowd is absolutely booing him, and he's just looking back like everyone, like, you pieces of scum. Then we see Miz's father come out, and he attends to his son who's down, and him and WWE medical staff, they help Miz to the back. And Miz is just saying, like, I can't believe that just happened. All right, especially it works because Miz's father looked at Shane as a hero. And all this, and Miz at first just wanted to impress Shane, and then they formed a tag team. Then they were tag team champions, even though it was only for a couple weeks, and they were successful. Now all that's over now. All right, I'm really glad this is the way WWE decided to go, because it was unpredictable. All right, and now Shane McMahon is a heel. Shane returned to WWE in 2015. Remember when he first had that match against Undertaker at WrestleMania 32, I believe. Yeah, WrestleMania 32. Right, he's been a babyface ever since then, and now he's finally a heel. We heard rumors all the way back at, if you guys remember, back at WWE Crown Jewel, that Shane was gonna turn heel. But I was like, I'm not gonna believe it until I see it. Now all these months later, this has been building between the Miz and Shane since all the way at Crown G. We knew eventually one of the two were gonna turn on one another, and we see it finally happen with Shane. Shane McMahon is now heel. All right, he's now heel, and you guys would remember the way WWE, storyline has it. The Authority, which is Steph, Triple H, Vince, and Shane, they run Raw and SmackDown together. Basically they all been baby faces on WWE TV. We know that we're getting Triple H and Batista and Mania most likely. Um, you know, so Triple H is a baby face right now. Stephanie's a baby face. Vince, you can call Vince a tweeter if you want, but Shane is out fully heel. All right. Afterwards, later tonight, one of the WWE interviewers knocks on Shane's locker room, and he asks Shane why he did what he did, and Shane just looks at him with this look of disgust, like you have no right to be asking me any questions. And Shane just shuts the door in her face. Love it. All right, I love heel Shane. If you guys don't know about heel Shane, just go back and watch the Attitude Era. All right, go watch young Shane McMahon as a heel back then. It's been such a long time that Shane has been heel. It's going to be very interesting to see where they go with this. But I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't all too invested in the Shane Miz match at Mania until now. All right, even though it is another match we're going to get, because we know every title is going to be defended at Mania. Plus, on top of that, you already have matches like Triple H versus Batista. You're probably going to have Styles versus Orton. And now, most likely, we're going to get Shane versus Miz. So we already have enough championship matches as if. And now we're most likely going to get, Shane versus Miz. It could be a kickoff match. I would do it as a kickoff match, but it's Shane McMahon. You know what I mean? He's a McMahon. There's no way they're going to put a McMahon on the pre-show. Like, let's be serious here. But really good way to start off the show. And really, to be honest, from then, after that, the show just went slowly downhill from there. All right. Next up, we had Asuka versus Mandy Rose. This match sucked. All right. I'm not going to say Mandy Rose isn't bad in the ring. Mandy Rose has shown a lot of improvement in the ring. All right. But to be honest, no one really cared about this match. All right. We all know Asuka was going to win. All right. And the way that Asuka won the match is basically Sonya Deville was on the outside of the ring and she grabs a kendo stick from under the ring. All right. No idea what she's going to use it for because, this was a normal match. If you use the kendo stick or any weapon, it's a disqualification automatically. All right. But we see Mandy Rose, she's running the ropes. And she slips, and it was an area where Sonya, had forgot to put like the ring tarp down. All right, she raised the ring tarp so she can get the kendo stick, but she forgot to bring it down, and Mandy slipped, which would allow Asuka to hit like I think it was like spinning heel kick, something like that, which knocks Mandy Rose out. It was pretty devastating. All right, it hit her right here. Wouldn't be surprised if Mandy has a swollen jaw tomorrow when she wakes up. 1, 2, 3. Asuka retains. It sucks to say this, but no one really cares because no one really cares about Asuka as champion because everyone is so focused on what's going on with Becky and Charlotte and Ronda. Asuka's just an afterthought. She's just champion just to be champion. Hopefully, this means Asuka can get a legit contender at Mania. I first proposed, either Sasha or Ember Moon, but Ember Moon's injured. Sasha's busy with the tag team title. So I don't know. I have no idea who you have Asuka defend against. I feel like most likely they're probably going to do some kind of multi-woman match. And if they do, I would put that on the pre-show because who cares about that? Maybe they'll bring up somebody from NXT. I don't know. To be honest, I just don't know. Asuka deserves better, but, at this point, there's no idea. But, this match it was pretty sloppy. No one really cared about this match. It's not that, Asuka and Mandy Rose sucked because Mandy's got a lot better in the ring. It's just no one just really cared about this match. It's just that simple. And it sucks because Asuka's there, but hey, it is what it is. Hopefully things will change once, WrestleMania is coming past. But until then, this is Like, this is the way it's gonna be for Asuka. All right, next up, and this is probably going to be one of the most talked about, all right, things. So basically, in the pre-show, all right, during the pre-show, we had the New Day going up against Shinsuke Nakamura and Rusev, a match which they won. But Kofi Kingston wasn't at ringside for the match. It was Big E and Xavier Woods going up against those two, because some dirty producer, some goon, all right, runs up to Kofi Kingston with like a letter saying that, the McMahons are looking for Kofi Kingston in their office to talk about the WWE Championship. All right. So what happens is, about an hour later, remember, the producer asked Kofi that the McMahons wanted to see him way back during the pre-show. All right. 1 hour later, after the Oscar Mania Rose match, is about 7:40. All right, Kofi Kingston is still standing outside the McMahon office. So he had basically been there for an hour. All right, he had been knocking on the door but getting no answer. Then Biggie and Xavier come up, and Kofi kind of looked dumb here because Biggie's like, "Let's just go in." The door was open the entire time. All right, the door was unlocked. Kofi could have easily gone in at any time instead of just waiting there an hour. He goes in. Vince McMahon is the only one in there, and Vince is like, "I've been waiting for you for an hour, Kofi." And then Big E speaks up. He's like, "Kofi's been waiting for you for 11 years to give him a shot. After everything he's done for this company, everything he's done for the brand and for wrestling in general, it's time for him to have his moment. Do what's right and make the WWE title match a triple threat match. Give Kofi the opportunity that you wrongfully took away from him." And Vince McMahon thinks, he looks at Kofi, all right, and he's like, "Yes, now the WWE Championship match will be a triple threat." Remember, he said the WWE Championship match will be a triple threat. He never specifically stated that Kofi Kingston would be added to the WWE title match. He never said Kofi was going to be added. He just said that the match was now going to be a triple threat. What he says is the New Day will be barred from ringside during the match, and that Kofi needs to get on out there. But he never specifically stated that it would be a match. What happens is the ring announcer announces that he announces that the WWE Championship match will now be a triple threat. Kofi Kingston comes out. He gets a huge pop of the crowd. There was a lot of Kofi Mania signs in the crowd. Everyone's chanting Kofi, Kofi, Kofi. But then what happens is Kofi is waiting, and then we're like, there's a very long pause. All right, Kofi's like, "What's going on?" All right, and even the fans caught on. They were like, something weird is going on. All right, and then we see one of the producers from ringside goes up to the ring announcer, and basically he tells him that the WWE Championship match will now take place later on in the night. All right, but Kofi Kingston needs to stay out there because he does have a match, and it's a 2-on-1 handicap match against the Bar. All right, Sheamus and Cesaro, and that this will be a 2-on-1 handicap match with both men in the ring. So basically what happens is Sheamus and Cesaro, they're beating the crap out of Kofi. Kofi, yes, he had a couple moments, a couple rallying cries, but really nothing serious. We see, Sheamus and Cesaro. Sheamus hits a bro kick on Kofi. He goes for a pin, but then he stops the pin at 2, right? Because they want to keep dishing out more punishment to Kofi. All right, as they're going for another bro kick, we see Big E and Xavier Woods. They run out. All right, they run out. They're going to go help their boy. But right then and there, we see Shinsuke and Rusev attack Big E and Xavier from behind. Shinsuke hits a Kinshasa. Rusev hits a Mosca kick on Xavier Woods. And they hit one more bro kick on Kofi. 1, 2, 3. The New Day are out. They're done. And everyone's, disappointed because Kofi's not going to get his shot. And, you're thinking that, like, wow, this is the way WWE wants to do this. All right, and we thought later on in the night. I said on Twitter, I was like, I'll bet money that was gonna be Sami Zayn. All right, because if it's not gonna be Kofi, then I was like, who else you could have put? I honestly thought it was gonna be Sami Zayn returning tonight. It would make sense, you have KO in there, but we'll get to that later on in the night. All right, we'll get to that. But after this, we had a Raw Tag Team title triple threat match. We had the Revival going up against Bobby Roode and Chad Gable and Aleister Black and Ricochet. All right. Basically, this match had a couple good moments, but to be honest, I didn't. I just didn't really care for this match, and it sucks because Ricochet and Aleister Black, I love them down in NXT, but WWE has made them so unspecial on the main roster. This is the problem. This is the problem, man. You had the NXT showcase a couple weeks ago. All right, you had you had Ricochet and Black and DIY, Gargano and Ciampa all debut. Gargano and Ciampa were right back in NXT the next week. Right now, I know Ciampa's injured. I've already done videos covering that. Gargano's still down in NXT. Gargano, I don't expect him to get called up anytime soon. Not because he doesn't deserve it, but I believe now, especially with Ciampa having to vacate the NXT title because of his injury, I believe Gargano's going to be the next NXT champion, and he's going to stay down in NXT for a while. All right. But with Ricochet and Aleister Black, I love these two, but they're unspecial on the main roster. WWE's already made them look like everyone else, everybody else. All right. They're Ricochet and Black. They are a tag team, even though they have no name, they have no gear, nothing like that. But they're entertaining. But it just sucks because WWE does this with every NXT call up. Ricochet and Black are too special to be like everybody else, but WWE doesn't make them special at all. They come in and then they get put in right. Everybody else, they look like all the other tag teams. They look like the other superstars. They don't look like people that were just called up. If I bring a friend that's never watched WWE before, they're not gonna see it. They're gonna look at Ricochet and Aleister Black like, they must have been on the main roster for years now when they were just called up a couple weeks ago. That's WWE's problem. Ricochet and Aleister Black, you've already ruined what was special about them. Aleister Black, I'm like, how can you ruin somebody like that? Ricochet, an air flyer like that, how can you make us? I'm not saying people don't care about them. They're not at that level, at least not right now, but they're already at the point where they're not special, but when they should be. Like, oh my God, Aleister Black should be in the main event fighting for the WWE Championship or the Universal title. Ricochet should be fighting for mid-card championships. Like, I don't get it. I really don't. I don't mind them as a tag team, but if you're going to make them a tag team, you got to make them look better than anybody else. I would not care if they defeat the Revival tonight because the Revival, as good as the Revival are, they haven't done anything with the championships. And what the hell happened to AOP? When was the last time they were on television? I'm not a big fan of AOP, but I see the talent in them. They've been completely wasted. Right? I remember I haven't seen AOP on main roster television in maybe 2.5 months. I don't know if they've been on WWE television all year. Like, this is what WWE does. They waste NXT talent. And if the Undisputed Era gets caught up after Mania, when the Superstar Shakeup happens, they're gonna be the next ones. This is why Moose, the person I did my podcast. This is the person, Moose, my buddy, that we did all our wrestling podcasts together. That's the reason why he's not here anymore. Because we wasted talent. Oh my goodness. Like, come on. Revival won this match by hitting the Shatter Machine on, I believe it was Chad Gable. Just like I predicted, because I knew they weren't going to pin Aleister Black or Ricochet, at least not yet. But still, right after the match, the three teams continue to brawl. Aleister Black hits the Black Mass. Ricochet hits the 6, I think it was the 660 or the 620. 620, 630, something like that. His finishing move. And, Ricochet and Aleister Black stand tall, even though they're not champions. Right? You never know. Probably tomorrow night they might just do Ricochet and Aleister Black against Revival again. Who knows? I don't know. Who cares at this point? Next up, we had a fatal four-way between Samoa Joe, Rey Mysterio, Andrade Cien Almas, and R-Truth for the United States Championship. This match was added on in the pre-show. In the pre-show, there was a backstage segment between Zelina Vega and Carmella. They're arguing about who's more deserving to be in line for a U.S. Championship opportunity. And Samoa Joe comes up. He's like, "Don't worry, I'll put both of them to sleep." And that's how this match was made. This match wasn't bad. I'm not gonna lie. It was at some really cool spots. These are four really, or at least three. R-Truth, R-Truth is kind of generic in the ring. There was a cool moment here when R-Truth did the John Cena comeback. He did the shoulder knockdown and the vertical suplex, and he actually did a double 5-knuckle shuffle. All right, all that he needed to do then to complete Cena's epic 5 moves of doom was the attitude adjustment. But it is what it is at the end of the day. The way this match ended is Rey Mysterio hit a 619 on Samoa Joe as he was going for the second part where he does the leap off the top rope. He misses, and Samoa Joe grabs him, puts him in the coquina clutch. Rey can't answer, and that's how Joe retains the U.S. Championship. All right. Next up, we had the Women's Tag Team Championships. We had Sasha Banks and Bayley going up against Nia Jax and Tamina. This is the first tag team title defense for Sasha and Bayley, and yeah, you guys can see the excitement on my face. It looked so good to see Sasha with a title. All right. Basically, I'm gonna try not to rant, but I might rant. You guys know, anybody that knows me knows how much I freaking can't stand Nia Jax and Tamina. Can't stand them at all right? Cringe. They suck. Both of them. Both of them should be unemployed. Both of them should both be, they're walking billboards for Weight Watchers. All right? This match, it wasn't bad because the reason why this match wasn't bad was because Sasha Banks and Bayley were in it. You have the best women's wrestler in the world. She's going to do her best to give you the best match she can. But when you're going up against trash, absolute trash, like Nia Jax and Tamina, it's pretty hard to do. It really is. It's pretty hard, to keep trash or to make trash look good. All right, Sasha and Bayley, they showed up some cool new double team moves, but it's hard to care when you're going up against Nia Jax and Tamina, people who don't know how to sell properly, people who don't know how to move in the ring correctly. The way this match ended, Bayley hit a flying elbow, the Macho Man elbow on Nia Jax, and she basically rolled up Nia Jax 1, 2, 3. Simple as that. My problem, the bigger problem comes with after the match. All right? Comes with after the match. So Sasha Banks and Bayley, they're celebrating, but what happens to Nia and Tamina? They decide to attack Sasha and Bayley from behind. All right, they whip Bayley into the barricade. Sasha gets thrown over the announce table, and then all you see is Beth Phoenix. Beth Phoenix was out there guest commentating. She guest commentates a lot of the women's matches these days. She's guest commentating for this match, and she's standing there because Sasha got thrown over the announce table, so the ring announcers the commentators had to move a little bit because Sasha's body was laying over the announce table. So Beth Phoenix is just standing there, and then Tamina looks at Beth Phoenix like, "Who are you?" All this other stuff. She gets up in Beth's face, and what happens is Beth throws a punch right into Tamina's face. All right, and then Nia Jax attacks Tamina. I mean, not Tamina. Nia Jax attacks Beth Phoenix, and then they're beating the crap. They drag, Beth Phoenix in the ring. Nia Jax did an awful leg drop. It was absolutely terrible. It looked like she slipped running the ropes. Like, oh my god, absolutely atrocious. And then Natalya comes out. If you guys don't know, if you guys remember back in the day, Natalya and Beth Phoenix were pretty tight back there. They're best friends in real life. But on WWE television back in the day, they were kind of like a tag team. All right, they were a unit. So basically, this time comes out to fight, both Nia and Tamina off, but then they don't. They fail. So basically, what happens is you have Sasha, Bailey, Beth, Natalia all on the floor, because of Nia and Tamina. I don't care about this at all. All right, Sasha Banks and Bailey are the women's tag team champions. I've done videos. People have done videos that they need legit contenders at Mania. All right, we were hoping that it could be some of the one of the NXT women's tag teams, like Kairi Sane and Ishira, but we don't know at this point. I'm happy Sasha Banks finally retains a championship. This is the first time Sasha's ever successfully retained a title. Since NXT, because remember her 4 Raw Women's Championship reigns, she couldn't defend the title by herself. She failed all 4 of those, but I pray on everything. I pray that we're not gonna get Sasha and Bailey going up against Nia and Tamina and Beth and Natalia in a triple threat at WrestleMania. I pray that's not what we're getting. All right, for 2 reasons. First of all, one, Nia Jax and Tamina should not be in any matches at Mania. They should not. They should not. Nia and Tamina sucks. All right, Nia Jax has had plenty of championship matches. She's done. Please. You want to put in the women's battle royal that no one gives a damn about? Fine, do that. Please. I don't need to see Sasha and Bailey defending those tag team titles against Nia and Tamina. 2, Beth Phoenix, she's not even a wrestler. She's a Hall of Famer. She's retired. What? Are you really thinking about giving us Beth Phoenix and Natalia as women's tag team champions? Is that really what you're thinking, WWE? Please, I pray that it's not. Please, if Sasha and Bailey walk in the mess, if Bailey and Sasha walk in the Mania as champions and they don't retain those championships, I'm canceling my network subscription. It's that simple. I'm done. All right, I'll be like I'm done watching wrestling if that happens. All right, I don't know what I'm gonna do with myself. Please, please, please. All right, if you're gonna do this, you gotta do this before Mania. Honestly, get this done as soon as possible. Sasha and Bailey need legit competition for Mania. Not Bailey. Nia and Tamina are not competition. They're trash. Trash. All right? They're both excuses. Terrible excuses for wrestlers. Let's leave it at that. All right? I can't talk about Nia and Tamina no more. Next up, we had the WWE Championship match. This was a triple threat, as we remember. We all thought it was going to be Kofi, but remember earlier than that, we already talked about how Kofi got beat down by the Bar, But the triple threat was still on. KO, Daniel Bryan, and, it wasn't Sami Zayn who replaced Kofi Kingston. Or not even replaced. Kofi was never declared for this match. It was Mustafa Ali. All right, it was Mustafa Ali. And, this kind of makes sense because remember, way back at Elimination Chamber, Kofi would have never been in the chamber if Mustafa Ali had not gotten injured. Remember, he had that eye injury a couple weeks before the Elimination Chamber against Randy Orton, which forced him not to be in the Elimination Chamber. So now it's like he's getting his WWE title opportunity all these weeks later now, here tonight at Fastlane. And this wasn't a bad match. I'm not going to sit here and say, if you want to call it great, I'll let you have it. It wasn't fantastic. Mustafa Ali at first, for most of this match, the crowd was chanting, we want Kofi, all this other stuff. Mustafa Ali didn't make him look that great because Mustafa Ali is a fan favorite. He is a babyface, but it's hard to be a babyface when the crowds want somebody other than you. Reminding me kind of the Royal Rumble 2015 when Batista was a babyface and everyone wanted Daniel Bryan. How ironic. But Daniel Bryan, Bryan's great as usual. Luchner, he kept ranting about how much he hates the eco-friendly WWE Championship belt. There was a part where Mustafa Ali was on the top rope and Daniel Bryan kicked him, and Ali fell from the top rope and right slammed himself right into the barricade, which looked brutal. But this match wasn't bad, all right? It wasn't bad. I'm not gonna say here and say it was the greatest match I've ever seen. You know, the greatest match of the year so far. Like I'm not gonna sit there. It was a good match. You know, KO, Brian, Ali, they all brought it to the table. What happens is, KO hits a power bomb, I believe, on Daniel Bryan. No. He threw Daniel Bryan to the side, and he hits a pop-up power bomb on the outside of the ring on Mustafa Ali. He goes for the pin, but Eric Rowan, pulls Kevin Owens out at the last second and basically whips him. And this would lead to Mustafa Ali and Daniel Bryan being all alone in the ring for the WWE Championship. And basically, Ali hits the 450 splash, and he goes for the pin on Daniel Bryan, but Eric Rowan breaks it up again. Basically, then I'm trying to remember what happened afterwards. Let me check my notes real quick. Where is it? Yes, there we go. Ali was then able to bring Rowan down, keep him down on the outside of the ring. And what happens is Ali goes for one more big move on the top rope, but then Daniel Bryan hits a flying knee as Ali is jumping off the top rope. It looked pretty brutal. Hopefully Ali doesn't have a concussion, but he goes 1, 2, 3, and that's how Bryan retains the WWE Championship. No matter what, no matter if it was going to be one-on-one or triple threat, fatal four-way, Daniel Bryan was going to win this match. There was no way with how Daniel Bryan's been. There was no way you were not going to have Daniel Bryan walk into WrestleMania as the WWE Champion. It was that simple. Now all roads lead to Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston has been screwed over by Vince McMahon now twice now. There's no other way this can't lead to Kofi Kingston finally getting his justice at WrestleMania. We'll have to wait and see. Kevin Owens is most likely going to deal with Eric Rowan or whatever. I'm still, not used to Kevin Owens being a babyface. It feels too weird to me. This doesn't make sense. I feel like in time Kevin Owens will return to being a heel. Babyface Kevin Owens doesn't work. All right. If anything, the guy looks like more of a tweener. If anything, he does. I don't know. He just struggles with being a babyface. To be honest, he just struggles. Mustafa Ali, he did add a really cool dynamic to this match, but he still lost in the day. I feel like, and this will probably be the only opportunity for the WWE Championship that Ali ever gets. He just seems like more of a mid-card guy to me, to be honest with you. Maybe he'll become U.S. champion at Mania. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. All right, but Ali really impressed me tonight. It was a good match for what it was. Let's just hope this all leads to Kofi versus Bryan at Mania. Next up, this should have been the main event. We had Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. All right, and this was all for if Becky wins the match, she gets added to the Ronda Charlotte Flair match at Mania. The match becomes a triple threat. And this match was pretty damn boring. It was boring. I'm just saying, if they're going to go with this whole Becky leg injury, because I'm going to be honest with you, Becky is struggling. I like Becky Lynch and all, but she is struggling to sell that leg injury. All right, because we all know Becky is healthy. All right, she's just selling it per storyline, and she's struggling. All right, if at WrestleMania, me and Luke were talking about it. If at WrestleMania, Becky Lynch is walking down the long ass WrestleMania ramp, with a cane, there's going to be problems. All right, there's going to be problems. This match was pretty boring. It was basically the whole time the match was just Charlotte taunting Becky. All right, Charlotte was like, "Are you okay there? How's your leg? All right, can you fight?" All this. It was just them kicking and punching each other, really, and leg holds. This was a boring match. This was one of the more bad, one of the more worse Becky Charlotte matches, and these two have faced each other so many times. All right, Charlotte was just annoying. you know, how she kept taunting Becky, and Becky was struggling this sell the injury. All right, what happens is at the end of the match, Becky, you know, is able to finally get Charlotte in the disarmor, but Charlotte gets out of it and then hits the, you know, figure four leg lock. You know, I was screaming, why didn't Charlotte do that at the beginning of the match? That's all she really had to do. All right. When it looks like Becky's about to tap, all you see, and I knew this was happening, Ronda runs down the ring in like 5 seconds, you know, comes out of nowhere and hits a elbow drop on Becky, which causes this to be a disqualification. All right, causes a disqualification, which makes Becky the winner. All right, we got to remember when we first start, you know, when we first saw Becky sign the hold harmless agreement, we thought it meant basically a no holds barred match. All right, because WWE, so basically the whole thing is WWE is not responsible for whatever happens. All right, in this match, but it wasn't. It wasn't at all. We see it kind of reminded me of Seth Rollins versus Triple H from WrestleMania a couple years back. All right, but they went a different route. All right, they had Ronda disqualifying, or you know, Ronda getting the match disqualified, getting Becky the win. You know, it never said in the agreement that Becky had to win by pinfall or submission. It just said Becky had to win. She won, so now it's official. At Mania, it's going to be a triple threat between Becky, Charlotte, and Ronda. You know, even though it makes Ronda look a little bit stupid because she just made the odds of her retaining at WrestleMania that much lower. But hey, she really wants to beat up, you know, Becky Lynch. And, you know, Ronda so far just heel Ronda Rousey. I saw a video of her, you know, basically at a house show event the other night. Ronda takes off her shirt, you know, and asks, you know, the crowd, hey, is there anybody that wants my shirt? Instead, she throws on the floor and tells the crowd to suck it like she's in DX. I love Ronda Rousey. I love this heel Ronda Rousey, you know, so far. And I can't wait to see where this goes. She's walking out of the arena and she's just telling the crowd to fuck off. But yeah, you know, we'll see where this goes. Now that it's officially a triple threat, we still have 4 weeks, 4 more Raw and SmackDown, so we'll see where they go from here. Because now the whole Becky suspended angle is over. Now that we know it's a triple threat, we'll just have to wait and see where it goes from here. I'm willing to bet tomorrow night we're probably gonna get a Ronda Rousey promo. But we'll see where it goes. We'll see where it goes. Even though this probably should have main evented, but the match itself wasn't a main event match. All right. Basically. All right, never mind. Basically, last but not least, the main event, Bobby Trashley, Barry Corbin, Drew McIntyre going up against The Shield. The Shield, you know, that was advertised as Roman Reigns' first match back after being out with leukemia for the last couple months. And, you know, this is the Shield's last ride because we know Dean Ambrose is leaving after Mania. But to be honest, there was nothing special about this match. All right. Michael kept saying this is an emotional night. No, it's not. This didn't feel emotional. It didn't feel that important at all. All right. Here we go. The first pay-per-view that Roman Reigns is back. He's been back 2 weeks and he's already back main eventing pay-per-views. Like, really? The Roman Reigns agenda is back, people. You know, I'm scared. I'm really scared at this point. We might not get. Hey, hear me out, folks. We might not get Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania. All right, there's rumors saying that WWE is thinking about potentially either putting Roman in the triple, putting Roman up against Seth and Brock, or there's rumors going on that we might get Roman versus Daniel Bryan. No. But there's no way you're going to tell me that Roman Reigns is not going to have a match at Mania. Let's be serious here. Well, what is Roman going to do at WrestleMania? I have no idea. I could not tell you. I don't. All right. And I'm kind of scared just thinking about this. You know, I don't know. I really don't know. But in terms of the match, this match was, you know, very predictable. very predictable. All right, there was a lot of chaos, and there was a point where the action Seth and Dean start fighting, McIntyre and Lashley, up where the pre-show, the kickoff show set is, and then Seth gets on one of the guardrails and then starts jumping off it, like we didn't see that coming. Like, what we doing here? I'm like, what are you doing? But this match, it was a trash main event. It was a waste of time. Like, honestly, I couldn't care about Shield reunion. It's an emotional night. Like, no, it's not. No one gives a fuck. No one gives a fuck. Can we just get to WrestleMania? Can we just get it over with? Please. I don't know. I told my cousin that they're going to do the same match tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw.
When did this show start?
7 o'clock.
And when did it end?
10:46.
You made me watch almost a 4-hour show. Don't put the camera. I don't want to be. Nah. The show is just so terrible.
Like,
from I told him this. The only pop. The only thing that got me out of my seat was watching
the Shane.
No, what? Oh,
the Shane heel turn.
That.
I told him about the Orton thing. Yeah.
That and the Orton Styles thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like, he thought that
Miz
was gonna turn on Shane. I was like, no, Shane's gonna turn on the Miz, and that's what. And I like how that turned out. I called it. I was like, yeah, attacked him, and that's gonna be the match at WrestleMania. But other than that, every other match, like the Asuka Mandy Rose,
trash.
The way that ended, garbage. Fire whoever did that. Well then, what other match was it?
Fatal 4-Way United States Championship.
That was all. We saw that on SmackDown.
Yep.
We already know who was gonna win that.
Yep. Raw tag team title.
And what they did to Kofi. No. You don't do that, man. You literally, like, fans are just screwing everyone.
I'm saying, like, if Kofi doesn't kick Vince's head off on Tuesday, the guy's a pussy. Like, the guy screwed you twice in 3 weeks.
The WWE Championship match.
People saying it was fantastic. No, it wasn't.
Fantastic. They made it a triple. All these matches were either like triple threats or fatal 4-ways.
That's what.
And the one-on-ones were just garbage.
Yep. Becky versus Charlotte.
Oh my gosh. Stop.
Oh my goodness, man.
The match ended with Ronda running down and punching her in the stomach.
Yep.
Wait, was it a hold harm? It was a hold harmless contract signing for the match. So I guess it was a regular match, I guess, in retrospect. But that ended with Ronda just punching Becky and just making her go to Mania. Wow. We really saw that. I was happy about that. Every match was predictable. I could already know the outcome of every match.
Mm-hmm. Like, Orton Styles was the best part of the show, and it was 1 minute.
The Elias thing, how he kept coming back out.
That was pretty cool.
That was good. Cool.
Lacey Evans, come on, like, unemploy her, please.
No, what is her purpose?
Yeah, unemploy. What good? You walk out. You're getting paid to walk out.
She walks
and
in
walk
the
back.
WWE, she should walk back straight into NXT.
Like,
honestly,
that paycheck must be really good for you to do that. Make yourself look like a freaking idiot.
If I'm getting paid to walk down a ramp and then immediately just make a U-turn, I'd be happy. Walk out, walk down the ramp, and then walk straight into the back. I'm done. I did my job.
Like, for real.
Don't know what's going on with that.
What else happened? I don't even Raw tag team title match. Like,
we already know what's gonna. You knew the NXT Ricochet and Aleister Black weren't gonna win. You knew Rude and whatever that was
gonna win.
No.
Revival.
It
like,
was obvious.
They're gonna do the same match probably at Mania. Like, who do the Usos defend against at Mania? Everybody in the SmackDown Tag Team division?
I don't know. I don't know.
Damn it. Finn Balor. What's on the show tonight?
He didn't even. And then the main matter is where they have him defend against
They're having
Lashley
to defend
the
against
next
Lashley
night.
tomorrow.
Are you serious?
Like,
come on, man. Come on. Like, he's actually a good character. And you left him off the show. He could have, like, an open challenge or something. Do something along the lines of that. But no, you just do nothing with him.
Beth Phoenix coming out of retirement, most likely.
Why?
Like, well, I don't know. I
never liked the.
I never cared about her either.
No, not even that. I didn't care about the whole idea of a women's tag team. There's no depth in the women's roster to have a women's tag team division.
No, they should just have Sasha and Bayley defend the titles on NXT takeovers against NXT tag teams. The women's tag teams on the main roster.
Or they should just scrap it and build up their women's division. Or just do that. Don't introduce titles and then have these random female duos compete for titles. Makes no sense.
The only reason why Beth Phoenix is back because Natalya has nothing to do. Like, come on, man. Like, And I can't talk about the Shield no more. Like, I'm just so glad that that's done and over.
Bro, these past 2 years have been, like, the worst for WWE, bro. As a WWE fan, I haven't been blown away. NXT is probably the only thing that's good that I kind of look forward to when I watch the highlights. Raw and SmackDown, complete and utter garbage.
Trash.
Just not interesting to me. I'm sorry.
Oh, no. I don't blame you. All right. Man, I can't talk about this show any longer, man.
It's a waste of time. I hate you for making me watch this. You're like, yo, Fastlane. I was like, dude, I guess I'll watch it. And then as matches go on, I'm just like dying inside because
thinking about how much time we wasted.
The utter garbage of these matchups and how these matches ended and what was going on during these matches.
Oh, yeah, there's only about 2 or 3 matches that actually matter tonight. Like, let's be serious. But
if I had to rate this whole show, I'm rating this no stars.
No stars.
No stars.
No stars.
Not even 1. Not even 2.
I'll give it 1 because
I'll give it 5. No. 5
out of 10.
No, 5 because I'll give it 5 for the Shane and Miz thing, the end of that.
Yep.
The Styles and Orton thing. And that's basically it. Everyone else gets a 0.
Yeah.
But those moments, they get 5 stars.
Yeah. Easily.
Whole show, no stars.
Yep. That should have been a review right there. But other than that, that's about it. You guys, we're gonna get out of here. All right. I'll be back tomorrow night with the Monday Night Raw review.
Also gonna be garbage.
I know. Yeah. What else to expect? 4 more weeks till Mania. Let's see if we can survive till then.
Oh my god.
You want to shout yourself out real quick?
No, I'm good.
You're good?
No, I'm good.
All right.
This is his channel.
All right.
Like, comment, subscribe, share this with people.
Yep.
Get this man up. 3K, come on. He's at 2.5. 2.5K. Come on, get this man to 3,000 subscribers.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's get the 3K before WrestleMania. Let's do that. Other than that, we out. Have a great night, everybody. Peace.